Well, Jeffrey, thank you for coming on the Red Carpet Round Table.
Hey, glad to be here.
Can you tell everybody a little bit about yourself briefly?
I'm Geoffrey Blake. I don't need to tell you how old I am. I'm a two-time SAG Award winning actor, Emmy nominated actor. Uh, been blessed to be in some of the greatest films of all time, and love acting, love the craft of acting, and it's all I've ever done, and blessed that that's all I've ever had to do, and continue to love the work. So that's you know, like I said. You know,
Absolutely.
Forrest Gump, Apollo 13, Contact, Young Gun. I mean, I
Yes,
well,
and that's what I was going to dig into. You
yep,
got to meet a lot of famous actors. Um,
that comes
and
with. Sorry.
Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah.
Um, Absolutely, I love that movie. Amazing.
Hmm.
And you got to work on that.
No,
Uh,
I was not in Saving Private Ryan.
oh, I'm sorry.
I actually was supposed to be, but was actually doing a movie at the time called Mighty Joe Young, and it had a big mechanical gorilla in it. And the mechanical gorilla broke down a lot, so we ended up being weeks behind. And because we were weeks behind, I wasn't able to do Saving Private Ryan. But you know that not that I've worked with Tom a bunch, so there you go.
Well, thank you for correcting me. I do apologize,
No
but
worries.
Um, you know, everything with all your career you have done,
Mhm.
everything with all the work you have done, what was the most funnest part of it so far?
Most fun movie to make?
Yes, sir.
Young
I gotta
Gun.
ask that question because a lot of people who may
Yeah.
hear about you, read about you, may have that curious question because everything you've done on your IMDb, the list goes on. Which one is the fun?
I would say the most fun I had making a movie was Young Guns.
Hmm.
Um, what was there not to love? First of all the guys who are the Young Guns, I was just texting with them actually, uh, are still really dear friends. So we're very young guns. Me, Lou Diamond Phillips, Dermot Mulroney, Casey Siemaszko, Charlie Sheen, Emilio Estevez. All of them still in my life. And we were young men, and as Dermot and I used to call them, four millionaires in us. And we got to play cowboy, and we got to get paid to do it. And got paid well to do it. That's actually when they paid. And we were out in Nevada. I mean, we were out in New Mexico, in Santa Fe, New Mexico, at the height of Santa Fe, New Mexico's coolness, and it was just a bonding, amazing experience.
Hmm. Absolutely. I love Young Guns. I watched
A
it.
delight.
I watched it maybe, wow, 6 times.
Good.
I was so glued to it.
Yeah,
Everything with the scene. It was absolutely amazing. You could follow the storylines and everything. I just loved it.
cool.
And I still watch it. It's amazing. So, and that's good you're still friends with them. That's what I love about the entertainment industry.
Yep,
You're still friends with everything, and it's just like a family. And
for sure.
so, what is the most challenging aspect about being in the entertainment industry?
Waiting. So the ups and downs of waiting. You know, even Gene Hackman used to say that every time you finish a gig, you think it's going to be your last. It never is, but it's the time in between that's more
Hmm.
difficult. Um, and then, like I always say, even when the making film process, I uh, I get paid to wait. I don't get paid to act. It's all the waiting around. It's a slow process. So, yeah, that would be what I say.
And that's what I've heard. You have to get used to the waiting.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's challenging, you're right. Because I think that's what a lot of struggles for a lot of young actors who are getting into the entertainment industry is that waiting part. Don't you, do you agree or do you not agree?
No, I mentor a lot of young actors. It's kind of important to do, I think. Um, I think a lot of young actors come into it now not wanting to put the work in, and
Hmm.
they just want to be stars. And that's just not how it works. You have to have the craft of acting to be able to understand, have a, you could, sure, you could be a flash in the pan and do one movie or what, but unless you know how to act and you have the craft of acting in your tool case, um, you're not going to last. So I think young actors today, a lot of them, there's some great ones. I mean, Chalamet, amazing. But I think some of these actors are more interested in being famous than they are in being actors or influencers or whatever that is.
Yes, I've been hearing that too. And it's the truth. You're absolutely right. It's work hard and you eventually get there about,
Yep.
being in the entertainment industry and I totally 100% agree. And for you, I gotta ask, what was the most funniest moment on set?
There's been a lot of those. I think one of the most fun things we used to back in the Young Guns days, um, we used to play pranks a lot on each other in sets. And it kind of became a tradition. And then Charlie Sheen and Emilio, we did a prank on the set of Young Guns in that Kiefer Sutherland one day we was just being a little ornery. So that night we had just done the scene where we were playing with the hogs and the pigs, and so we decided to leave a pig in his dressing room overnight. Uh, didn't smell so good in the morning. And then when we were doing then I did a movie right after we did Young Guns. I did another movie with Emilio that he directed that was me and Emilio and Charlie called Men at Work,
Hmm.
uh, Garbage Man movie. And we did an elaborate stunt with Charlie and some local police officers. And anyway, it was just a big prank on Amelia because we had a really big day coming up, and we pretended that Charlie was being arrested, and he wasn't. But it was nice to see just the moment of terror in Emilio's eyes.
That must have been so funny with the pig.
Mhm. Smelly more so than funny, but yeah, a
Right. He must have been a little mad.
little bit.
You know, as yourself being an actor, um, for you, what is the most like challenging role you ever taken?
Um, I did a movie called Shame, and I don't even have
Hmm.
it, but um, it was a true story of a young man who was mentally challenged, and he ended up basically accidentally killing a girl who was a prostitute because some friends thought it'd be really funny to taunt this mentally challenged kid and put him in a sexual situation. So he ended up, she was screaming and he ended up actually choking her to death. Pretty dark. Um, but a true story. And ultimately, his mother would not admit, he told her whole life that there was nothing wrong with him. There was no, that he wasn't different than anybody else. And so
Hmm.
all she would had to have done was testify in court that he's mentally challenged, that he wouldn't have the understanding difference between right and wrong, because he didn't. And ultimately, he ended up getting the electric chair, and his mother would have been able to save him. So the most challenging day was the day that we actually shot the execution, and we shot it in an actual electric chair in Philadelphia, in Florida. And I had to have my head shaven. on screen. So to go to completely bald, strapped into this machine in this room that people had died. So there's that darkness going on as well. And then to realize that we're enacting something that had actually happened to a young man. So that was probably the most intense.
Wow. And when was this story occurred? In what year?
I don't even remember. I was very young, so
Oh, okay.
it Shame is the name of the movie. There's Shame One and
Hmm.
Shame Two. I think there's Shame Two of Shame One. Yeah. So it was I want to say a USA movie, or I don't know.
Hmm.
I've done so much. I don't remember. I don't remember years. It'll be on my IMDb. So
Right. I remember seeing it because I've seen a lot of movies and I heard, being working a true story movie or, and on set, it really affects a personality, affects the person.
yeah, it was a tough one for sure.
And did that role affect you personality?
Yeah. I mean, well, I happen to be a member, I'm a method actor, so actor studio guy. So it comes with the territory. Sure it affects you. But that's our job. It's our job
Right.
for to affect us.
Storytelling.
Yeah, and when you have to go there, you have to go there.
Right.
Yeah.
We're telling people stories and
Well, you have to go there, you have to go there. That's whether it's in a play, whether it's in a movie, a television show. That's our job.
yes, 100% it is. And I totally agree with you. And what is the most pivoted moment in your career?
Forrest Gump,
Hmm.
for sure. Still to this day, iconic film, iconic part, iconic moment in the movie. I'm really the only bad guy in the movie, if that's a pure bad guy. So yeah, there's hands down, definitely Wesley and Forrest Gump.
I love that movie.
What's not to love?
It's it's when
It's
I remember when I first saw it, but I remember him running, 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 and like run, Forrest, run, and
Yep.
that was it's also a touching movie as well.
Probably the most iconic, one of the most iconic films ever made.
Yes, absolutely. It's and everybody in that film were fabulous.
Thank you.
I'm being honest with you. I'm not gonna lie about that. I mean, I I still watch it. I still watch it.
Yeah, it is one of those movies people just keep watching and watching and watching. It's great.
Yeah,
So,
it is. It's absolutely amazing. Where was it filmed at?
oh, all over. Yeah, all over. Down in North Carolina, down in Alabama. My portion was shot in Washington, D.C. There's stuff all over the country where they're running. So yeah, it was shot everywhere. Oh.
Yeah, it was amazing. I
Mm.
can tell it's shot everywhere. Um, is there a character that you never played before that you want to play?
No, well, there are characters I want to play. I would love to play. I've always said I wanted to play Willie Loman in Death of a Salesman, the play.
Hmm.
And then one of my mentor teachers, mentors, Larry Moss.
Hmm.
Uh, he, it's an Arthur Miller play. And I said, maybe I want to play Willie Loman in Death of a Salesman. And he said, please don't. But you would be brilliant in All My Sons, which is the other Arthur. So I will take his advice. So someday I would like to do All My Sons, um, which is an Arthur Miller play. And then, I'm getting old enough to do some of those
Hmm.
deep, older Tennessee Williams men and people like that. So,
Right. And I gotta ask, what made you decide to become a actor and then become a producer?
actor, decided to become an actor when I was 6 years old. And I was asked to play the Little Shepherd Boy in a play called The Little Shepherd Boy at the Methodist Church in Danville, California. I think that was the first time I was ever above the title, and I think it was the last time I was ever above the title. So, been a character actor ever since. But I was the lead in this, number one on the call sheet, and I loved it. And I loved the way that I was able to tell a story. I loved the way that I made people laugh. I made people smile, and at the end, I loved getting the applause. But most importantly, I there was a woman who was one of the founders and one of the great moms at
Mm-hmm.
that church. And her name was Mrs. Gilliland. She was Sam Gilliland's mom. And so for playing the little shepherd boy, she made me a batch of her very famous sugar cookies. I get laughs. People pay attention to me. They think I'm cute. They make them smile. But most of all, I get sugar cookies. So it was Mrs. Gilliland's fault that I became an actor.
Wow. That's where it all started.
It all starts with the Gilliland. She's the OG. She's the
Yes,
original
100%.
Gilliland.
And then
Yes,
of course you were Emmy nominated.
I was as a producer as well.
And let's go into details a little bit about that, or
So I
more,
was
please.
nominated for an Emmy as a producer um, for a show called Words Up. I had again, everything can tie to Emilio Estevez, but I'm pretty good at organizing things, making things work, do things like that, ideas, etc. I don't love to produce, but I do when back in the day I used to do more of it and write. But it's a story, Words Up. It was a true story of a high school football player, an African American high school football player, who then went on to college, but he never learned how to read. They kept putting him up, putting on, pushing him on, pushing him on
Mm-hmm,
because
mm-hmm.
he got hurt in college, did not make the aspirational move to the professional that he was thinking of, and suddenly he's out in the workforce as a person who doesn't know how to read. Ultimately, he looked young enough, still babyface. He snuck his way back into high school, pretending to be somebody else to learn how to read. Kadeem Hardison at the time played his way back in the day, the guy from a different world, the Cosby spinoff show. And we decided to tell it as a hip hop musical story. So we had
Mm-hmm.
rappers that were our Greek chorus that would take us from scene to scene. The rapper was supposed to be Tupac. And
Wow.
but this was before Tupac was even Tupac. He was with Digital Underground at this point. And ultimately, Tupac ended up going to New York the weekend before he was supposed to shoot. I even joked with him and I said, just don't get killed or don't get shot. Or don't get arrested. He got arrested. So he was not able to come to the shoot. So we ended up using this rap group called Black Sheep. You can get with this, you can get with that, you can get with this. And then there was this little girl band that nobody had heard of called TLC that we kind of introduced to the world. So that's the one we got nominated for an Emmy for the best afternoon. It was a CBS school break special. I got nominated for an Emmy. The partner of that company was this guy, Martin Sheen. You might have heard of him. And another producer named Bill Greenblatt. Symphony Pictures was the name of it. And so we were nominated for Best Show. And that's when I lost to Oprah Winfrey. So there you go.
Man, I'm so sorry to hear that. I am so sorry you lost to.
Not at all. Way ahead of
Uh,
our hip hop musical. Blah, blah. Another great story about that, though. So we were just about to go to air.
mm-hmm.
I get a call from CBS Legal. They say we can't air it. I go, what do you mean you can't air it? You can get with this, you can get with that. The big hit song of Black Sheep, it's all sampled. They don't own a single piece of that music. We can't license any of it. So we can't, they don't own it. So,
Then
and
what'd you
we can't,
do?
and we certainly don't have the budget to pay for it. There's like Herb Albert horns and blah, 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 blah. So I call up Bill Greenblatt or Marty, one of them, Martin Sheen, both of them, I think, and it's all a panic. And I say, this is what's happening to CBS. And then I think it was Marty who said, give me about an hour. So a person's going to call you and just give them the list of what CBS sent you. So I do. The person calls up. I give them a list of all the different artists that were on it, and there were a lot of them. Literally an hour and a half later, I get a call from the same office. I say, "Hello." Person says, "Every single artist that's on that list has agreed to donate their track for free because of
Wow.
your subject matter of inner city illiteracy." And he's just about to go. I go, that's amazing. Excuse me, sir, but who are you?" It's what he said like that. And he literally goes, "My name is Quincy Jones."
Quincy Jones.
Yes. So of course he got everybody to sign it up for free.
Wow, Quincy Jones helped you.
There you go. That's the man.
Amazing.
And the myth, the legend.
That's amazing story. I
It
didn't,
is.
that's actually really cool that
Yes.
Quincy Jones called and helped you and
Well, higher places, higher people. I
right,
was
that's
just
what I'm
I
saying.
was just I was just the messenger. So
Right. But that's so
and
cool.
we still lost to Oprah.
Hmm. I mean, I'm sorry. That I mean, it's sad, but in the
Okay.
real
It's okay. What
right. I
else is
mean,
up?
but to me, it's mind blowing that that Quincy Jones will call you and
Call me back.
called you
Once he
back.
yes. But it wasn't called me. He wouldn't know me for Adam. And I guarantee you he wouldn't have remembered even doing it. But that's I remember. So
Amazing, absolutely amazing story. Amazing. And of course, you worked with other people as a producer, is that correct?
I have also more as a writer.
Hmm.
There was a time in the a few years back, my kids were born, so like almost 15, 16 years ago. But there was a time where was one of the hottest writers in town. Wrote a script for Robert Town, who Chinatown, Robert Town. Wrote a script of a novel that he wanted to adapt, and we did that for Cruise Wagner, for Tom Cruise and Paula Wagner. Had a project with Brad Pitt's company at Plan B that John Travolta wanted to do. Wrote another rewrite of a show, a few things at Warner Brothers. So we were super busy. We had a project that Penelope Cruz was going to do. Yeah, so writer, producer, actor, mentor. Those are the four things I do.
Wow, amazing. And do you have any upcoming producing project?
No, I really not. There's a couple of things that of scripts of ours. I'm trying to. There is a script of ours that we've been having to. We wrote it for Paramount, so back in the day. Now Paramount's been sold to Skydance, so we need to get the rights back to the script. Lou Diamond Phillips is going to direct it actually, and as soon as we can get the rights, but that's I'll be producing that as well as Lou directing, and there's another company involved
Hmm.
with this. And one of Spike Lee's producers is attached to that. Jason Sokoloff is his name. So that would be the next in the producing pipeline, and then I'm just about to start a feature as an actor. So.
Amazing. And what upcoming acting project do you have?
Well, just put it this way. It's a really wonderful coming of age film. Um, Dermot Mulroney's in it as well. And I don't know what I'm allowed to say and not say.
Right, no, no, I totally
Yeah.
understand. No, I
So I
totally get it.
just got the gig this week, and I'm actually tomorrow doing a chemistry read with the people who are going to play my kids.
Well, I'm
Um,
proud of you. Congratulations.
Actually, it's more Dermot's doing than it was my doing.
Right. And I totally understand you can't say much because,
Hmm.
you signed the DNR and all
Exactly.
that stuff. So,
Yeah, but it's a really wonderful script. Wonderful
right.
script.
And like I said, I've looked at your IMDb. You've done
Hmm.
a lot,
Hmm.
amazing work with a lot of famous actors and, you know, it, but again, it shows to me, it shows off hard work pays off, you know.
Yeah, I've always marked my measure of success, quote unquote. Um, it's not how much I have worked, and I have worked a lot. And it's not how much I've been hired, and I've been hired a lot. Thank God. But to me, it's more the mark of how many times I've been rehired by the same director.
Hmm.
That tells me that I'm bringing some value to the project. And, you know, humility and gratefulness, I think, is the most important,
Amen.
important part of this ongoing journey. And
Yes.
when you do work, it's a blessing to be working. So, as my friend Billy Paxton used to call it, you get to be a member of the circus, Jeff. So, yeah, being a member of the circus is important.
Billy Paxton is amazing.
He was. He
And
was
that's what I mean. He was.
he was a mentor to me, a friend to me, uh, a guide to me. Um, and I did 3 projects with him, and the last one was incredibly challenging.
Hmm.
It was a 10-hour miniseries called Texas Rising. Um, and then he passed, and too young. And
Yes, he
I
did.
miss him every day. I
I
do.
do. That's why I meant he was. I didn't even say he is, but he
Yeah,
was.
no, I talk to him. I talk to him every day. Just
Hmm. And just bring one memory. What was the most greatest memory moment that you remember?
a Bill,
Yes, sir.
every moment you could be in his presence.
Hmm.
So he just you could learn from him. He was just an ingratiating, humble, funny, caring, great dad, great friend, great actor, just a great human being that was taken from us way too young.
I totally agree with you. Too young.
Way too young.
Too young. Because I've seen a bunch of clips and he was funny.
Not funny, just marvelous.
Yes.
But his son, Jimmy Paxton, James Paxton, is living on, and we're rooting for him.
Yes. 100%. 100%. So I yeah, I loved watching Billy Paxton and all the work he's done and I was just devastated of the loss.
Unexpected. But
It
yeah.
was. I
Yep.
was just like I said, I watched the news and I was like, wait a minute, this can't be real.
It was.
And it was.
Mhm.
So and so my heart goes out to the family,
Yeah.
100%.
Good
So
people.
it is. And for you as a producer and a writer, and an actor, I gotta ask, which one do you like the most? Do you like doing writing or do you like all three of them?
No. Acting. 100%. I'm an actor.
Right.
The rest are auxiliary pieces of that.
Hmm.
I'm 100% an actor. And everything I approach uh, within the art, I still
Hmm.
approach from the mindset of an actor.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I totally agree with you. Acting is it.
Well, not for everybody. I mean, for me, I relate as an actor because I've been an actor since I was 6 years old. So
Right.
this stuff kind of loves on. But I think like an actor, I lived in the world as an actor, and yeah, so 100% actor.
Yes. You were, like you said, from 6 years old all the way to now.
Exactly.
So, where can everybody find you on social media?
I don't know. You tell me. You found me. I think it's Geoffrey Geoffrey _ I believe Blake, and that's Instagram. Uh, I think Instagram will lead you to threads. I tend to be pretty political and not, political, and so you'll either love my politics or you won't. They're pretty clear. And
I'm a big political person too, so
so yeah, I'm on TikTok. I couldn't tell you what my call letter is there in any way, shape, or form.
no.
I don't even know if there are. I don't really participate in Twitter slash X just because I can't stand the owner. Um,
Amen.
and I think I'm on Blue Sky, but I don't know what that is. I think I'm on something Substack, but I don't know what that is. And I've always been 100% um, just not buying into Facebook.
You know,
Never,
I totally agree with you on
never did.
Twitter. On Twitter,
Yeah.
I totally agree with you. Um, like I said, yeah. But you and we agree on that. I cannot. Anyways, but Instagram, I found you through Instagram. That's the one thing I love about this community in the
Mhm.
entertainment industry. Um, we're a family. We support each other,
Mhm.
and we find, excuse me, we find connections,
Yep.
and and that's how I found you, and from another actor or actress, I believe, I don't remember, but it's just absolutely amazing journey of all the connections you find from other states
Yep.
as being an actor or director or producer.
Yep.
So, Gregory, thank you again. I it's
It's past my bedtime. Uh, I'm old, dude. No, thank you
uh,
for having me.
no,
And
I really mean it. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for following me on Instagram. I would love to have you back on again in the
you
near
got it.
future.
All right. Good luck to you, Mr. Ryochi. Pronounced hopefully well. Ryoshi. And we'll talk soon.
Yes, I'll talk to you soon, and I'll have you
All
back again sometime.
right.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.